for us, helps the algorithm tell other people that we are live. Leave a comment. Let us know what you want to discuss, what you want to talk about tonight. How's the sound? How does the picture look? I'll see people do live videos and it looks like they have a thumbprint on their screen. I don't know how that can be, but that is the case a lot of times. So how does the picture look? How does the audio sound tonight? Did YouTube give you a notification? Got some shotgun rigs, day packs. I would suspect these are all sold out, though. If you can order one online, then it's still available. M1 Grand chest rigs, AK M4 micro rigs, small clothes bags. Got a few mediums down there. Bifold tool totes, there's a few of those available. We built a lot of different color toiletry bags last week. Tool bag organizers, these will fit a lot of different places, a lot of different size loops to organize however you want. Tool pods, pelter wraps, we built quite a few pelter wraps this week. Ghost, YouTube sent notification right on, yes, notification right on. Leonard, Travis, what's up? Look up using a T-post driver to remove them T-posts yet? Nah, why would I? I have the thing that's fucking so easy. Jeremy Kirby, what's going on? Scott, what's up? Isaac, Mr. Greg, what's going on? Byron Roberts, how are you? JT, Barefooted Gardener, what's up? How are you? Amanda liked and shared, thanks. IX, Mandrake, toiletry bags. I think these are multi-tools, pistol mags, some dual pistol mags over there. Out here on the floor, we're running some multi-cam 12-gauge pull-out tray pouches. Those should be available tomorrow. We've got some 6-mag stacked micro rigs going that should be available tomorrow also. What is the 12-gauge thing that will go into an AR mag pouch and hold its shells? 16-round 12-gauge pull-out tray. It'll go any place 2 mags will go. Otherwise, get the 8-round. That'll go where a single mag will go. Papa Mike liked and shared. Thank you. Do y'all build on Saturday, Sunday? No, I was sewing tonight. I just got off a sewing machine. I've been outside most of the day. Came in about an hour ago, took a shower, sat down, started sewing some stuff for tomorrow, pre-sewing some stuff. Brian, what's up? Isaac Barrett, what up? Got a horizontal, JP Ross, I don't know what you're talking about. He said pull out, what's up, man? Liked and shared, thanks, Spags. Will be a very busy week this week. Lots of stuff going on. Horizontal belt mount pouch for leather. No, we don't build them. Not anymore. They don't sell. We had them on the website for years and years and years. Just the tip might be a good promo. ARGB would fit a Leatherman. It would swallow a Leatherman. It would be huge, and it's not horizontal either. We make multi-tool pouches. We just don't do them horizontal. We make light pouches. We make everything that'll hold all the shit. Nobody buys them horizontal. It's a fucking pain in the ass when we had them online when guys could order them because they literally order them like once a year. Whereas when we build them, we build a couple dozen of them. So that stuff's typically sitting there. And if somebody orders one we don't have in a color, we run, 12 or 24 of it. But to build a single one, it's a pain in the ass. Kiri, what's up? 33 online, 27 thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up for us. Type some shit out. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But I don't have the energy to sit here and talk to myself and entertain you guys, so we can have a conversation. Anyone else interested in M1 carbine rigs? Nobody's interested in M1 carbine rigs. That's why nobody makes them. We built some stuff for M1 carbine early on. There's not like if you search it, there's a couple companies out there building them, but nobody has them ready to ship. I don't think you would have to order one custom from somebody, and most of them look fucking pretty raggedy. Weapons Junkie, what's up? I didn't know you were coming down tomorrow. What time do you guys expect to be here? Raquel will be in sometime tomorrow. We're shooting some video with her. Triple pistols, Fast X. Out in California now. I can see why you want it out, ready to be back in Tennessee. Yeah, I wouldn't go to California. I don't know why anybody would. I mean, they would have to pay you a fucking ton of money to go to California. It costs so much to fucking live there. Why are you there, Brandon? Hope another afternoon. Evan has a couple of early things to button up and then rolling it right on. Yeah, we have 5 o'clock. We have appointments at 5 o'clock. So I'd said let's push it to tomorrow. He said you guys were coming anyways. Your insight on convictions of people with metal cards drawings being full auto. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I think it knew he had the possibility of it being an issue. I don't know the two people involved. There was a dude here that was trying to get me to do giveaways with them, and I said absolutely fucking not. I have no interest in touching that. And they were like, well, it's not illegal. I go, it's not illegal until it's a fucking problem. Like somebody came to me and really was almost like irritated that I wouldn't do a giveaway with him. I'm like, I don't want anything to fucking do with it. I don't give a shit. More power to them, but I'm not opening myself. Like I knew it was a fucking problem. I'm fucking sure am glad that I didn't get involved with them. Yeah, whittle away, chip, whittle away. Not ever a problem until it's a fucking problem. Like my lawyer likes to point out, it might not be illegal, but you know what a federal search warrant looks like. So I always err on the side of, like I just don't have anything to gain from it. Yeah, terrible, horrible. They're trying to hit him with 45 years and 120, asinine. That's always what they do though. Interested in getting something to hold M1 carbine stuff, house spring progress in Tennessee. Everything's coming alive. Everything's coming alive right now. So you want 20-round carbine mags or 30-round carbine mags? It's not illegal, but it's really hanging it all out. Yeah, you're opening yourself up to a fucking problem. Like, do you think they didn't think that it could be an issue? Like, you didn't think maybe that would be an issue? I'm glad they pushed it. It'll get maybe it'll get reversed eventually, right? They took one for the team. I'm not willing to do it anymore. They had to modify the receiver to accept it, but it does accept it once you do so. He really didn't think there. Well, not only that. I mean, even the ATF people said it doesn't function correctly. Even the expert witnesses said that it was like it sounded like. But I mean, depending which side's telling the story, you're going to get a different. Hit the thumbs up. That's right. Hit the thumbs up. Rayleigh, what's up? 868. Philippine Nomad, what up? Doctor's appointment in Santa Barbara. Oh, got it. Dude, it's insane. 2 breakfast plates and tip $70. Yeah, I mean that's probably what it is when Amanda and I eat like at First Watch. It's probably 50, 60, 70 bucks. But I get a lot of different stuff. How long would you say it takes to learn the fundamentals of your trade? I don't know. How long does it take to learn CNC machining? What are the fundamentals of my trade? Like I started building stuff and selling it immediately. You're gonna have more issues producing stuff than finding customers. And then when you get good at producing stuff, you're gonna have issues finding customers. It's always a you got to have an even balance to it. Learn business. If you can do business, learn to sew, right? If you know how to sew, then you have to learn business. Versace TV was good. Love your company and your channel. Right on. Evan Dixon, what up? Just bagged final rank 20 rounders would be great. It's all coming back to life. Good to hear it's all coming back to life. Oh yeah, Tennessee, it's waking up. When you're dealing with Fed agency, you know who is telling the most truthful story. It doesn't fucking matter whether you know it or not. When you're dealing with the feds, you are guilty until you can prove you are innocent. If they do a federal raid, you are going to jail. It's just a negotiation of how long you're fucking going to jail for. I probably could have skated this. They would have put my mother in prison when I went to prison. Like, it's easy to give your fucking opinion until you have been in federal court. You don't get a fucking opinion until you have been the dude that's fucking going to prison. Do you have a subgun rig or 6-mag stack? Mike, I have a 6-mag stacked that's being made right now. We have 6 mags in multicam that'll be done tomorrow. As far as a subgun rig, send an email about the color you want, and we'll discuss that. Vance Mabry, what's up? Great Wolf, what's going on? I bought one of your belts. Right on. Thanks for the order. Just guessing. So straight, so tight. Machine maintenance, troubleshooting. You don't even have to be able to do that. People will buy it. Like, I wasn't sewing straight. My shit was fucking a mess looking back at a lot of it. But there was always a market for it. You create your market, right? There's always all kinds of fucking goobers that want weird shit. And if you're willing to do that weird shit and that super custom stuff, you will keep those customers for a long time. They'll keep coming back. But the second where you're like, hey, I'm selling fucking 500 of these things, I can't build your weirdo shit anymore, you won't ever see them as a customer again. Like, we get dudes all the time. Like, guys hit me up every week. I get emails from dudes like, hey, will you build this weirdo thing? And I'm like, what's your last order number? You know what their last order numbers were? Fucking 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Guy hit me up and he's like, hey, I want this thing. I'm like, yeah, we build them. They're fucking $750 to $1,000. I order them. I build them custom. And I stay full-time busy with existing customers. Like, I get it. Dudes want something, right? But you haven't done business with my company. I can fucking go to my private group and go, hey, I'm going to take some custom orders. And I'll have 100 of them in an hour, right? 100 from a customer who buys from me consistently, who does business with me consistently, who I know is not going to try to charge my shit back. There's not going to be any kind of fucking issue. Vince, what's up, man? Seeking Adventure family, what's up? Hey, man, is your showroom open Monday through Friday? The wife is looking for a belt, looking for some other stuff. We are not far from Camden. I have 3 EDC belts, and she's looking for something similar. B. Jones. Yes, but more and more the answer is no, right? So I don't have front showroom people. I have people that work here. Everybody is completely busy, 100%. Yes, it's open Monday through Friday, but Amanda and I record a podcast on Friday. I record partly on Monday. I'm going to have, like, if you came in tomorrow, you wouldn't see me. You wouldn't be able to speak to me. Wednesday, I'm full-time busy. If you came here Wednesday, you might see me for 2-3 minutes. I don't ever have any belts either. Like, if you need a belt, chances of you coming in here and me having what you need are about 5%. So you get a belt faster, probably just ordering it. Like, if you order a belt tonight, it's going to ship sometime this week probably. And that's not that I don't want to see you and talk to you. It's I'm literally recording. I'm in front of a camera 20 to 30 hours a week at this point right now. We record several podcasts. We record all kinds of videos. Like my wife and I have been working all day long today, and then we worked last night also. Action Jackson, what's up? Subgun rig holds Glock 18 mags. It does. Yes, it certainly does. Any subgun rigs available? No. Send an email as to what you want. We'll discuss doing a run of them. Also training Lance's dog tomorrow evening to bark and hold. Lance who? You mean Lance Scherer? Do you have any bamboo? I do not have any bamboo right now. Not opposed to it. I love the idea of running fucking invasive bamboo, especially if you need a barrier somewhere. Otherwise, you could do clumping, which kind of grows out, 50-foot circles. Let me switch to live chat. You would think that YouTube would just leave your fucking comment section how you want it to be. Make them a deal if they make it past the dogs. They can. Nah, Greg, it's not that at all, man. It's just like people come here to see me, and I'm like, I'm always surprised. I'm like, what are you doing in town? And they're like, oh, we came here. Like drove hours to come here, and more, like people come here all the time, and because we communicate through online, they'll drive up in the parking lot in the morning, and then they'll come up into where the animals are, right? If you come here and see me up there, don't fucking come up there. Like when you see me out there, I am on a mission. I do all of the animals. I feed all the animals and shit in 17 minutes. The way my schedule works and I'm able to do what I do is because I have a fucking schedule. I get it. I totally understand people wanting to come and be, but it's not like it used to be. Like I am doing more and more and more every single day. Might be worth looking into if you need an M1 carbine rig. I don't know what you're talking about. Someone asked about an M1 carbine rig. Seems to me M1 mags are similar to the size of a lot of 5.7 pistol mags. Yeah, but they're shorter. I understand what you're saying, but you better verify whoever thinks that that's going to work. Like if you took my rig for 5.7 for like P90 mags, it's going to be too deep. Could you make it work? Yeah, but it's not going to work the way you think it's going to. Glad to see you're adding the old pulling the thread videos again. Right on. Yeah, they're going up. They should be going up to the podcast platforms too. One a week. One a week should be going out public, which means like episode 5. We're on episode like 25 now. And then each week we're putting one out to the podcast apps also. So you can listen to them from anywhere you hear a podcast. Anyone know of a clumping variety of bamboo that will survive our winters? Absolutely. 868, there's hundreds of kinds of bamboo. There's 2 really big bamboo farms right outside of Nashville. Just search bamboo for sale, Tennessee, and you'll find them. There's a ton of it that will overwinter. Some of it gets 20 feet, some of it gets 50 feet, some of it's 1 inch around, some of it's 3 inches around. Just look on there and you'll find the stuff that works in your area. Oh, I wasn't talking about another rig, John. I was just talking about possibilities for a guy. I know, that's what I'm talking about, Mark. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So you have a Patreon now. Who gives you more money from membership revenue, Patreon or YouTube? Are there any living history museums you like? Living history. I don't know what that means. You mean natural history museums? There's not shit for museums in Tennessee, really, at least here. Patreon's only been up a week. We've only mentioned Patreon for like 7 to 10 days. Joined SRE Patreon. Looking forward to the great content. Tommy, thanks, man. I'm about to purchase a dual sport supermoto bike to get to and from work for less gas and have something somewhat bug out quickly. What are you going to get? R37, what are you getting? I would tell you, if it's a dual sport, right, it's built on kind of like an enduro, and I'm sure you've looked well into this. I own a lot of dual sport bikes. At this point, if I was buying something new, I would look at some of the newer Hondas. I would look at the KTMs. I want something with an electric start, but I still want to be able to have a kickstart. A lot of them you have to buy the lever, and a lot of them don't even have the fucking the the shaft that goes on, but that it would be important to me. You could also bump start them, I guess. Should we move our YouTube membership to Patreon? No, no. We haven't even put anything on Patreon yet. There's like, I have been against doing Patreon. We've had a Patreon for like 2 years. I've never fucking told anybody about it because we haven't populated anything to it. No. There will be some stuff there, but no, I wouldn't move yet. No, I don't have space my brain for zip code, brother. Sorry. I don't know what we're talking about. Are you doing much around overlanding? I have a 2019 Tacoma TRD off-road, and am building it out currently. I have a TRD Pro 21, I think, TRD Pro 4Runner, and a 20, whatever the last year, the older body style TRD Pro Tundra is. I have a lot of stuff on it. I don't go off-roading. We built them. We carry a lot of gear in case something happened while we were out and we needed to get home an alternate route. There's recovery gear on the vehicle. We are going to do a overland kind of meet up here. Kind of show some bridging, show some winching, show some recovery stuff. And then we'll just, you know, tell each other lies. We'll just show off all the rigs and kind of overnight hang out, camp kind of thing. But more just like come check out the rigs and bug out bags and stuff. These two genus strains of bamboo that grow the best up north in Focia genus, whatever that dude said. This will handle negative 15 to 20. Right on. News saying DevGuru went to Sudan. That does not fucking surprise me at all. Not one little bit does that surprise me. Them telling you they've already been there and they've probably already gone from there. Can you grow mangoes in your compound? No, it's not. I don't think we can. We don't grow anything tropical here. Like we couldn't grow oranges here or lemons or limes unless you're doing them in a hothouse or unless you're moving them in to overwinter them. Pissed at YouTube? No, I'm not pissed at YouTube. I mean, YouTube is what it is. Everybody gets on there and complains when their channel's closed. We know it is. It's just it's a necessary evil. Like, how does anybody even know about my Patreon? They know about my Patreon because I tell them on YouTube. YouTube takes 45%. I don't know what Patreon takes. I suspect it's close to that. About to purchase a dual sport. So you have Patreon. Okay, I think we've seen all these. Only started ordering SOE in 2016, but I have multiple orders and years since then. Yeah, I know how I see your stuff. I look at dudes when I see orders come through. Like I look your shit up. Patreon will allow you to put the stuff up that YouTube would demonetize. Yes, but Patreon doesn't host. You still have to put your video. You have to put your video, for instance, on YouTube, and then you put a link on Patreon. You can only load video on Patreon up to 2 minutes long that they host. You still have to host it somewhere else. I was looking used for a 400. And one of the very long service intervals, the Suzuki DRZ 400 seems to fit that. Yeah, the Suzuki's cool. The Suzuki's, you're gonna run what, 17 tires, wheels. I have a XR 400 that's pretty built, Olin shock, front and rear. Race Tech went through the forks up front. It's got an EX 400 lower end, so I have the electric start on that bike, but it will also kickstart. It's pretty cool, but I mean, it's still a fucking XR. It's super durable. Does not run in the RPM range that the newer bikes do. It would be undergun trying to ride with other 400s on like the highway, for instance. You'd have to gear it differently. Cold-hearted bananas are a thing? Question mark? I don't know the answer to that. You would have to look that up. We have banana plants here. They won't ever grow bananas. I don't have them here. I have seen them in Tennessee. I know people that have bananas, but they won't ever produce bananas. You would have to do them in a hothouse. As soon as you get a cold winter, it's going to fucking kill that thing. You're going to have to bring them in, or you're going to have to cover them somehow. There is a ton. The bananas we're used to getting at the grocery store are complete shit bananas. Look up Big Mike. Look up Big Mike bananas. You'll find it. There's a company out of Florida that does a box of exotic fruit they'll ship to you. They'll ship you like 12 different bananas. All of the bananas in the United States that we get are fucking complete shit. There are some small boutique growers growing other types of bananas that are way better. Have you seen any of the stuff from To Be Better podcast? I don't. It sounds familiar. Sounds familiar. Have you seen Dirty Civilian? They did a good video on bug out bikes. Like they're running 250s, both of those guys, and they've kind of built them in different directions. One has a lot of gear and accessories on the bike, while the other one uses bigger packs to carry his shit. But good thought-provoking videos. Tommy, thanks for the super chat, man. But as far as like cold hardy, everybody asking about cold hardy fruit. It's like, could you do it? You could. You're going to build a structure, and you're going to put this stuff under structure. But how much shit are you going to build in that, be able to grow in that structure? Is it that important to dedicate that footprint to a permanent structure and permanent plants in the ground to be able to grow a crop of bananas, right? Because they're all going to come ripe at the same time. What are you going to do with all those bananas? What are you going to do with those oranges all at once? It's not worth it to me. Personally, I would rather plant figs. I don't even eat that kind of shit most of the time. I don't eat a lot of fruit. But it's going to come ripe all at once, and then you're going to have the time right then to preserve that or do something with that fruit. Great idea, but it's not worth it to me. That's one more thing that has to be on my calendar. This fruit is going to come ready, and I'm going to have to spend the next week processing this food. Brian, what's up? Guys support the content. Turn it into alcohol. Yeah, but again, I would have to have that dedicated week right there where we're going to process that and turn it into alcohol. Like that's a job, right? Like the freeze dryer. We go buy 20 pounds of chicken breast, like, cheap, shitty Tyson chicken breast. What that means is Amanda has to come home, cut that shit up, season it, put it in a pan, and then put it in the freeze dryer. That's 6 hours. That's 6 man hours, right? Do I want to have to lock down and not be able to do something I want to do on the weekend because I've already committed Amanda to doing that? Or do I hire an employee to come in here and do, like, people don't, like, that's great. When you work a job and you have your weekends to do whatever you want to do, I don't have that, right? I'm working 3 jobs already. So I would personally rather just be able to have the time free, go do what I want to do on the weekend, make some posts on social media, have the revenue come in, and just buy the shit. We grow a lot of meat, right? I have fucking chickens all over the place. We get eggs all the time. I've got fucking probably 85 rabbits up there right now. That's just practice. It's practice. I can scale it if I ever have to. Like when Kufis started, right? Had they shut down shipping, that would have put us out of business. What would we have done then, right? We would have scaled food production at that point. 6 Amanda hours are equal to 12. No, it's not. It's equal to 24 hours. I did watch the Dirty Civilian video, got me thinking a little different on what I wanted to purchase bike-wise. So I buy bikes, and I buy trucks based on what accessories are out there. That's why the Toyotas are so good. It's why the Jeeps are so good, right? There's a lot available for those. You can turn them as radical as you want or reliable as you want. You can set them up in a highly capable manner and not void your warranties. How often do you How often do you eat freeze-dried food, and how does it taste? It tastes fine. You can make it taste better. You can make it taste however you want it to taste. We freeze-dry food all the time. We don't eat freeze-dried food. I don't need to. We store freeze-dried food. in case we need it. So if that machine's running over there, it's running candy, which makes us money, or it's running protein. We don't freeze dry meals. We don't freeze dry leftovers. We freeze dry meat. We freeze dry eggs, protein. That's the most expensive stuff to buy. And if we need to, I can eat that plainly and live off of it, or we can eat it seasonally and add whatever's being grown or available at the time and make different meals with it. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm telling you that's what I do. Freeze-dried watermelon, it is good. It's great, right? But it has absolutely fucking zero for nutritional value. You like, go freeze dry, 100 number 10 cans of watermelon. You would die off of it. Like, it won't do anything for you. It's great. Same with like pineapple and shit. Yeah, it'll keep you from getting scurvy, but you need a base. You need a base of fucking bulk calorie grains, and you need a base of protein, and chicken breast and hamburger fit the bill. And we pre-cook that stuff with the thought that if the time comes we have to open those bags, pouches, or cans, then fuel is probably also going to be an issue, right? We're not getting any more of it, or we need to conserve it, so we have it already cooked. We could just add water and warm it up at that point. Just a tasty treat, for sure. Absolutely. And you could sell it, right? Take that shit, give it to samples, go to soccer games, go to baseball games, go to street fairs, go to crafts fairs, right? Hand it out to people. And you could do it with sugar on it. You could do it with salt on it. You could do it with lime on it. You ever put lime and cracked black pepper on watermelon? Well, I was standing in line at a Walmart forever ago, right? Looking at a home magazine or woman's magazine or something, and that was on there, and I was just reading it. Went home, tried it. Delicious. You can put chili pepper on it. You could make all kinds of different stuff. Wish that I could get a Toyota Deere with 4-cylinder diesel here. I don't know what that is, Toyota Deere. Have you ever tried growing rice? I guess that's the latest bullshit attack on agriculture. Barefoot Gardener. When I was in the shower, I was listening to Glenn Beck. It does seem to be that there is something to that. Can you grow rice? I've watched YouTube videos on people growing rice. I don't know about growing rice here. You have to be able to flood your field, right? So I'm sure that you could, but would you be better off growing something else than rice? I can buy rice. Like I have tons of rice. Like when I say that, I don't say tons to mean a lot. I mean, I physically have multiple 2,000-pound units of rice. We're buying more buckets tomorrow. Like we filled up. We've got so many 5-gallon buckets right now. We're running into issues with stacking them. And like I tell people with fuel, anything liquid you're going to store, the bigger the container, the less it costs per gallon to store it. We're going to buy a bunch of pickle barrels. They're 55-gallon, I think they're 55-gallon pickle barrels, the brown ones. We found some in Tennessee. I think Scully's picking them up tomorrow morning. We're buying all that they have. And we're going to fill that up with, rice and popcorn and shit like that. Your wife's mind is blown. What are the odds? Cool, man. That's what we bring in. Pineapple is my favorite fruit. Detective John Kimball, they already have. I'm missing some comments here. Have you ever looked into processing black diesel? I don't know what black diesel is. We're looking at a biodigester because it would work well in the greenhouse or in the row house, and we can run methane off of it, right? What would we do with that? On a small biodigester, they say you're getting 2 hours of fuel per day off of them. I don't know the answer to what I'm about to say. Does it build up pressure and you have to vent it if you don't burn it? Does it just sit in there? Do you stop adding stuff as you're not using the fuel? I don't know the answer to that. But think like a really tough, big waterbed bladder, and you fill it with shit, right? You put water and cow manure, and then you can put other rotten meat. You can put meat in there to rot. You can put vegetation in there. But I'm watching these guys are smart. They're building up these YouTube channels, but they're not putting anything out but shorts right now. And there's this kid, he's on like 1 acre, this little homestead, and they have a biodigester. And what he says is he's getting 2 hours of methane a day. Now he goes out there and cooks out there, shows you while he cooks this meal in 2 minutes is what he shows you of it. But he's cooking steaks and half chicken and all kinds of shit on like a turkey, on like a turkey fryer. but he puts a pan on it. Pretty fucking cool. I like the idea, but I don't know what black diesel is. But we were talking the other day, like IBC totes. You could save all your motor oil. You could save all of your transmission fluid, anything like that. You can save that. We've got a auto place here in town. They heat their whole shop off of that. So if you filled up IBC totes full of all of your old stuff like that, you could get one of those things and heat your workshop with it. Biodigester looks like a giant body bag. Yeah, I think they're bigger. Black diesel is basically used motor oil and old gasoline. Right on. That's why I want to get an old multi-fuel army truck. You know, like a deuce and a half, but like pre-71, run on literally anything. Say hi to the Jaeger family. AZ. The Jaeger family puts out a ton of content, buddy. You can say hi to them directly. Waste oil heaters are very popular in the Midwest. Right on. Cat Daddy 39. When did the old oak inn close? We were talking about something I don't know about. John, I have a family member that was a Kubota, Suzuki, Honda, Yamaha technician for years. I bet it would be good to pick his brain on how to set up a bike. Chris, right on. Have you ever looked into processing black diesel? Pineapple's your favorite. In the last Pulling the Thread, you mentioned a generator that runs off wood burning. That's amazing. Where can I look up wood gasifier, Tommy? Wood gasifier, you'll find them. How long do you think before the ATF comes for demilled parts kits? Fuck, Detective John Kimball, I don't have a clue, buddy. How many doors can they go to though before people start pushing back? That's the answer. I don't know. And for the dude that asked about growing rice, man, check out on YouTube. Just like type in growing rice in the United States, or small scale growing rice, small scale, something like that. There's an Instagram page I follow, and this dude sowed like 100 feet by 10 feet or something of wheat. Literally just planted it with like a Jang planter, a walk behind cedar, you know, and watered it. And it grew, and he cut it down like by hand, took it and thrashed it, and he got like 2 5-gallon buckets of wheat. Pretty fucking cool. 2 5-gallon buckets. So if you turn that into flour and you're honest with yourself, how much flour do you actually use a year? Totally doable for a household. Kids are wild. Can you show the size difference between the tear-off med pouch versus the common? Oh, there's a huge difference. You can run your diesel off an old transmission fluid. Know a guy that's done this. All of the transformers on the phone poles have a fluid in there that will burn also. Here's a compact. Here's a full size, right? Compact, full size. Footprint of the compact, it's probably 3.5 by 4.5, maybe a little longer. Whereas the footprint of this is 6 inches by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches. It's a big difference. Whatever happened to the case about those auto triggers? I don't know. I don't have a clue. I don't know anybody that has any of that shit. Anybody I know has actual machine guns if they want machine guns. GRR loves truck stop by Kentucky Speedway. Fiona loves her IFAC. Right on. John, if you're serious about a deuce and a half, find the Love's truck stop by there. It's a truck shop right there, has running deuces for sale. Warlike, what are we talking about? By me, there's a truck stop that has them? 55 gallons of waste oil will heat a shop for about 36 hours on high. If you are good with it, that cooler, you can stretch it to 7 to 10 days. That's good info, man. Because there's people giving away oil, right? There's tons of places people pay to have oil taken away. So if you're willing to set it on your property or at your shop in IBC totes, you would be able to use that stuff. And two guys, like we have these conversations all the time. We have these conversations all the time. But if you don't actually implement that shit, you might be in for a rude awakening when the time comes, right? I know somebody has a biodigester. They've never set it up. So imagine you're surprised when the time comes to use that thing, and that's part of your plans in the future, and you come to find out that it doesn't work like we were told it worked. You have to try that shit. You can add old burnt motor oil to diesel as well to make fuel last longer. Right on. Can you do that with new diesel trucks though? Or do you have to detune them in some manner? The EPA is like smacking dudes, like fucking destroying dudes' lives over detuning trucks, like millions and millions of dollars of fines. I don't know what I have all over me. I know what I have. I got dust all over me. I was out in the back today. I went to the pond with a 1 gallon pitcher of fish food, and I feed the fish. I walk around, and there's some fish, they're getting bigger. And as I was walking out, there's a little baby possum by the burn pile. And I go over to pick it up, and there's a second one, and I pick it up, and a third one goes running. I did not get the third one. So I brought them, and they're a little tiny, right? There's a dead possum out there. I suspect they might have come out of that dead possum's pouch, maybe. It's been out there for like a week. But they're kind of on their own. Like, they'll eat cat food and shit. So I bring them in, and Amanda puts them in a rabbit cage, and they immediately get out. So the cats found the other one, and that's why I have shit all over me. It's from chasing these possums around. I love you have millions of dollars of gear on 100 shelves, and your tools are laying on the floor. What tools are laying like these? I even have OmniWall too. I have a place to like put all this shit. I just never put it there. Like, this is convenient. We know we use these batteries and tools every day. So these are kind of the ones that all the guys use. Like, we use that thing constantly. Every night we pull a new battery off and put the dead one on. I was using that hedge trimmer today. It's just a good place to set it. There's nothing else happening here. And then like over here, the bigger power tool stuff is just right here. It's just a good place to put it where anybody can get to it. I don't know, they've been adding to top off road fuel, so the cost of fuel was down to $2. 2001 and back diesels, you can blend old oil. Just make sure you extra fuel oil filters. I have a 5.9 Mega Cab 2016, and I have a 6.0 Excursion 2004. Is that Brown Man Day Pack available? I'll check out the site quite quick. Fuel bag missed out on the import. I don't know if they're available. I would suspect that they are spoken for and we just haven't pulled them. But if you can get one online, then we have one available. There's a micro in here too, but I would suspect that it's sold out. Somebody sent me an email, and I sent them payment info last night for a Brown Man 15-inch laptop bag. What is your favorite song right now? Super mega chick question. I don't have a favorite song. I listen to a lot of T Grizzly, 50 Cent. Every morning in the morning when I'm in the gym, I just put in Tupac mix or Tupac gym workout or aggressive Tupac and stuff like that. And I'm super over Eminem, so I don't listen to anything that's got Eminem in it. But when you search Tupac, a lot of Eminem shit comes up. That's why I say that. One of those is going to a friend of mine with a belt. Was able to order it on my lunch today. One of these packs, Great Wolf. That's fucking cool. 7.3s are the best for waist whip. I'd love to have a 7.3. I don't have one. My 6.0 is not tuned either. It's fucking pretty fucking stock. So it still runs. Slipknot, I don't mind Slipknot. Bass guitars for Slipknot was in my friend's band. He was actually here when Eye for an Eye played. They're old bass guitarists, obviously. 7.3 Gen 1 Fords. Yeah, I'd love to have it. 04 Excursion. That's what I've got. Yep. By Kentucky Speedway, there is a Loves that has a truck stop. Yeah, that isn't that the right up in Kentucky. There's a whole military truck place. The guy that winged his diesel onto Transfluid was a 6.0 Ford. Right on. Pure Evil Bandit. Weekend was good. I'm slowing down right now. I'm a little tired. Nice, thanks. And yes, same algorithm here. School buses run T44373 International. 6.0 has new injectors, EGR cooler, and oil cooler. But it's stock for the most part. Like it's not, we don't have a fucking stupid tune on it. It doesn't roll coal. That's why it runs. I mean, that's like we haven't done any crazy shit to it. It's also not like super lifted. Do you get any materials in the shop from Origins, like their Origins camo on their material? Not stuff. No, I'm sure that material's great. Bear has some material. Bear's doing medical kits out of their stuff. I do not have any raw goods. Nobody's asked for it. I sell everything. Like we're at capacity. Like I'm not, ooh, I want the next camo. Like we sell every fucking thing. I own 52 sewing machines. I've never seen 20 of them run since we've lived here. Like the labor's not here. Still on hold with my hosting company since I hopped into the live. Right, they last longer than stock. Love my Schoolie 7.3. And she knows how to work on it. Like you'll have dudes out here with broken trucks and Rebecca will be up there under the hood. You'll just see her feet under the hood working on some dude's truck. All right, guys, I'm going to start turning this off. Last minute questions, comments. Busy week coming up here. Biogas is big in India, right? Might be a good source of info. Yeah, if you look up biogas and like free energy and stuff, ton of the YouTube videos are dudes from India. There's a lot of shit going on there. Look how they recycle car batteries in India. There's whole videos on how they pull all the plates out and open those up and rebuild them and shit. They don't, any trash, like a lot of trash from other countries goes to India and they take that shit apart and build other stuff out of it. They are very ingenious with that stuff. Red Flyer, you're a real one. What do you think is the biggest thing we should watch out for next week? Watch out for? Don't watch out. Take your time away from social media, right? You wouldn't know anything was wrong. Nothing's wrong in my world without this thing. I wouldn't know anything was going on. Take your time and use it to fucking make your shit better. Go plant some stuff. Go cut some wood. Take fucking $100 and turn it into $1,000, right? I don't think you should watch out for shit. Because anything that's really going to get us, you couldn't have done anything about anyways. If you really think something's coming for you, fucking work more. Work more. Figure out how to produce more of your food. I do not have beehives. The chick behind me, 20 acres away, has bees, and we see her bees over here. I have not ever put bees here. I eat a lot of, I will make English muffins almost every morning just to put honey on it. I love honey, and I know so many of you guys that have bees that I have not bought honey in years and years and years. Every time we have an event or somebody comes here, somebody brings me a jar of honey, and I love honey. Late to the party. Got shipping on the new shirt. Right on. Thanks for the order, Patrick. John, you've been a huge inspiration. AJ Harrison, thanks for being here, man. Ordering something with a weird thread color, you put the thread color in notes. No, you talk to me first and ask me if you can do that. Unless it has a custom order option. A lot of new stuff we've been putting online has custom, and that lets you order it with the thread color. Like there was a custom color option on these radio pouches, but we saw guys order multicam black and be like, hey, will you put belt loops on this thing and will you put red thread? No, motherfucker, we won't. And we're not putting belt loops on them either. If you want belt loops, order fucking belt attachments and then you can slide them on there. But that's what that custom thing is for. It literally takes us twice, if not 3 times longer to add color into there because we sew the fucking thing together. We pre-sew it all and then we re-sew it with colored thread. And depending on what it is, I'll put a second line in, which means we have to sew at 25% speed to make that first line up with the second line so it doesn't look all shitty. Most people that do colored thread, their stuff looks shitty. And so just if you're not sure how to order custom thread for the item you want, you better send an email because we might not do it. Hopefully I'll be able to tune in even though my busy season kicked off. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. We've got probably 20 hours of content that goes up every week. And then if you have a membership, which only costs $1, there's like another 10 hours of private content that goes up. What item, Warlike? What are you looking for? Tool Cove, what's up, buddy? The lady even has spare camshaft positioners. That's what I'm talking about, man. Small markup for the custom thread on my belt was, it's way worth it. We don't charge nearly enough to do this. How often do we make large clothes bags? There's no rhyme or reason, man. You're going to pull your hair out trying to figure it out. What size large clothes bag do you have on order right now? And what color? Is your caffeine tolerance lower or higher than average? Oh, I'm sure it's way higher. It doesn't fucking work for me like a normal person. For example, can you sleep well after drinking a cup of coffee? Yes, I can. However, I try not to intake any caffeine after 6 p.m. And I can go 90 days, 0 alcohol. I've done it several times. Amanda says that I'm a lot nicer when I don't do that. But the fastest thing to change my body fat in the mirror is not drink. Like I could go from this to abs and change 0 in my diet. I would still eat cookies every now and then. I would still take carbs. I would still have an English muffin every morning. All I would do is drop alcohol. 90 days, I'd have abs. Well, I'd have, not only would I have abs, I'd have veins and vascularity, right? I have veins through my shoulders. I've got veins across my buys. And I'm sitting super high body fat right now. I could literally just stop drinking. And when I say drink, I don't drink beer and shit, right? I'm not eating loaves of bread. I'm talking tequila. I use a cup this big. I put about 2.5, 3 fingers of tequila in there, and then I top it off with a sugar-free lemon lime soda that has aspartame, which is it's fucking toxic for you. Send an email about something to match my last few orders in Typhon Toxic. Hopefully I luck out, have time to build it. When did you send that? I'll take a look. Was thinking about an AKM4 micro, multicam black, red thread, but it'll be a month or so before I order it. You wouldn't get that. You'd have to order it custom. There's no way to just do it and request it. We're building all these micro rigs in batches. So there's no need even, like by the time you're ready to do it, you might hit me and I'm fucking hurting for money, or we might be so fucking busy, we're like, we're not ever fucking touching that. So unless you're ready, like, unless we're doing it today, which we're not, because I wouldn't take the order, we don't even need to have the conversation about it. Just rebuilt the Singer 5050, new to sewing. I just want to make some stuff from old jeans. Do it. There's a ton of videos out there, man. You guys have, for somebody starting off sewing, we didn't have this thing. So we'll sew stuff today in a manner that's more difficult than how guys starting out are having to do it. Like, you have the access, every answer to every question is out there. I'm in all these sewing groups on social media, and people ask these questions all the time. I don't know why they're even in there. Like, the answer is fucking on YouTube. Every fucking single thing you can think of, the answer's on YouTube. And if we're sewing like tactical gear, don't get stuck on sewing tactical gear. If you look what other industries are doing, man, you might fucking expand the tactical gear industry beyond where it is. Like, we're so stuck on doing things how fucking how did they do it in 1990? How did they do it in 1980? Most of these dudes aren't doing any new shit. And as a matter of fact, the new guys coming into the industry don't have any fucking skill. They couldn't build these fucking things. That's why they build everything modular, because everything's fucking laser cut, because they don't have to know how to sew. There's almost no sewing in most of the new gear. That goes for just about any. Fuck yeah, it does, man. Fuck yes, it does. I'll just get a regular one when, yeah, we're like, just talk to me then, buddy. We'll figure it out. And if you rebuilt the Singer, fucking good for you, man. Was thinking it came from Micro, show it. Got a slim padded H harness in yesterday. Works as good as that. Oh, it works better than advertised. It's great, and it'll allow you to use a hydro. John, your videos have started a whole lot of preparation in my neighborhood. We are working together to make sure we can take care of our own. That's what it's all about, man. Whether there's a catastrophe or not, right? Wouldn't you rather have your children playing with neighbor families who have the same beliefs as you, right? You don't ever know what's happening, and your children are always going to be the weak link, right? If you're putting rice in buckets, are you going to hide that from your kids, or are your kids going to know it, right? And when they go over to the kid's house next door to play, you know that's coming out. So they're automatically going to assume you're a prepper, and they're going to assume you probably have a bunch of guns. And because you didn't talk to them about it, they're going to assume that you're the crazy guy next door, right? Your kids are always your weak link. Wouldn't you rather have your neighbors on board? Wouldn't you rather have the conversation than your 6-year-old? So glad living right now, and even a decade ago, resources they are, man. They are. If you can't do something, it's because you're not trying. I'm drinking Don Julio and SF water flavored like watermelon. Nice. I got a big blue bottle, the light blue, baby blue tint of Don Julio upstairs. Red Media Flyer. I am sure we will see you soon. You have a good night. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will